right. So we got some recruiting topics. I thought to kind of kick the show off because we've gotten a little kind of some tidbits, recruiting news, including another crystal ball for 4-star edge Brian Robinson, Ohio based, as we know. And this is a trend. He's obviously already he was battling with the likes of Penn State and Kentucky as the two warmest schools other than Michigan. But it seems like in recent weeks and months, things have kind of been trending to Michigan on this one for 2024. So what I guess one thing I'm kind of curious about, you're obviously very familiar with the Big Ten, Michigan side of things, Ohio State side of things, and I'm curious, just based on your knowledge, commits to that are Ohio based to Ohio State and Michigan. I mean, do we think we'll have a little bit more of an equalizer in the coming years, or are we going to continue to have like a couple and go from there?
I actually worked on a video a couple months ago, just after the season, where I looked at recruiting for Ohio State and Michigan and broke it down in a number of categories. And one of those was the state of origin on the current rosters. And I don't exactly remember those numbers, but if they are coming to mind, Ohio populates Michigan. I went through the Harbaugh era. That's what it was. It was all of Harbaugh's recruits, and then Ohio State's recruiting against Harbaugh 2015 on. And I can't remember if it was a little under 2-1 or over 2-1 in terms of number of Ohio State signees, high school players from the state of Ohio to the Michigan roster versus the number of Michigan high school players signed by Ohio State. So this has always been, a source of. Now, the next step would, of course, be to look at the value of those players. Are we talking about the high-end players? Are we talking about the mid-range, or what is the value of those players? So that would be part of it. But any Michigan or Ohio State fan can certainly point to the past and the number of high-end legendary Michigan players that came from Ohio. Charles Woodson comes to mind. Elvis Gerbach, Desmond Howard are three of the first players that I think of.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's definitely something where I think we'll have to see, because there's also the factor of, is Jim Knowles, like, is he going to pull in a 5-star edge or a higher, because that's also a factor in these sometimes, is if they've already got their person, and same with Penn State, same with Kentucky, there's a reason that those went cool, right? So they were warm possibilities alongside Michigan. There's a reason why Michigan's been crystal balled. And we saw this with some of the other players we've been talking about. So it could be that they found somebody already that kind of fits that bill. They know who they want on their board, and they're going for it. So that could also be a factor too.